All right, guys, we're ready for the drive. We put the seatbelt on, and now we're gonna take off. First of all, I'd like to point out that the cup holders are in the correct position for my style and my opinion. I don't like when they're in the middle. It kind of interferes with my hand, so I kind of like them away. That's just me. I'm still impressed with the build quality, how there's zero creaks. We're gonna put the suspension, the car in D mode, which is dynamic mode. I'm gonna go for a drive now. Before we drive, I would like to kind of point out one negative thing about Alfa is the rear view camera. You guys see how little it shows out of 8.8 inches of the screen space? You have literally, what is this? I don't know, 5 inches or so. And the rest is occupied by your 360 surround view. I would prefer them if they kind of made this either the screen bigger or maybe made this a smaller figure, so that way you can see more space when you're backing in. Again, I'm not a professional reviewer, so excuse me if I stumble while I'm speaking. I'm just giving my opinion. Although I do like the fact that when you do have your CarPlay, it is full screen. And CarPlay is very nicely optimized. You can use this rotational pad, this knob, right, for switching pages, or you can use the touch. Whichever way you like. The touch screen is pretty responsive. I know that early model Alphas were not touchscreen at all, and when they did the touchscreen, it was not so responsive, but this one is nice. All right, let's go. Suspension shifts really nicely, very sporty feel to it. As I've mentioned in my Giulia drive, is that the steering is very, very precise. Even little movement in the steering wheel and the car turns. As you can see right here, I need to do something about that bottle on the back. We're gonna let the mail truck go by and this Macan. In dynamic mode, throttle response is really nice. You hear the turbo and you hear the engine a little bit, not too loud. I kind of wish it opened up a little bit more for the sound of the engine in dynamic mode at least. That will be my preference. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. Decent pickup right away. Although you kind of start waking up the turbo after 2000 RPM. Taking bumps well. There's really no rattling other than my bottle in this car. Alright guys, we're back. We fixed the bottle. No more rattling sound. We are still in dynamic mode. It's holding RPMs really nicely. As you can see, the pickup is really nice. It turns well. I feel a little bit of body roll, but I mean, it's an SUV, not too bad. It does not feel at any moment that it's gonna go off the road or anything like that. But I'm, not even going that fast. Just describing a basic feel that it feels planted. Suspension is stiff, but I will say it's stiff but smooth at the same time. Kind of like has that firm feel to it, but not overbearingly stiff where you're jumping. Has that sporty feel to it. Taking bumps well. I do like how quiet the interior is. There's absolutely no sounds. You hear that turbo spool up? Overall, the steering wheel feels nice, actually. It's not too big. And the thickness is just right, where it's not super thick, but it's not thin. You do have these thumb grips, as I call them, right here. And on this model, TI model, we do not have paddle shifters, which is a bummer. Because I think for $7,000, they could have definitely had the paddle shifters right here. It's the same motor anyway. This lever right here, if you push it up, that's for the front windshield wiper, and if you push it down, it's for the rear windshield wiper. So let's see. Can I live with this vehicle on a daily basis? Absolutely. Even though I prefer a little bit larger, but this is not bad. For you live in a city and parking is limited, this is the right size of an SUV. Where you do have decent amount of space in the back where you can, if you put the seats down, you can slide in your snowboard, let's say, or extra luggage. And in the front, I'm comfortable. The seats bolstering is nice. I'm not sure how it's gonna do for somebody, let's say, overweight, but if you're fit, you're gonna like the seats because they're holding you in place well. We're gonna turn around over here and we're gonna get on the highway. This is some back roads. Alright guys, now we turned around. Want to show you how we're driving over these bumps. Very nicely. Very smooth. It feels like the car is like a one unit. It doesn't feel wobbly, it doesn't feel like it's all over the place. When you go over the bumps, it feels like a one unit, which is a good feeling, and it's exactly what you want in a new car, obviously. How it's gonna hold up 10 years from now? Unknown, but hopefully the same. Now we're gonna switch it to normal mode, and let's see how we drive it and how we feel differently while driving it. I'm pretty sure the throttle response will be a little bit different and suspension may get a little bit softer. Although in Julia, I did not feel much difference in the suspension, you know, in dynamic mode versus normal mode. Stuck in traffic. Everyone wants to go here. I guess it's a popular freaking street. Let's go. Okay, right away off the line, I can feel that throttle is lazier than in dynamic mode. But once you get it up to, let's say, close to 2000 RPM, it kind of wakes up. Downshifting decently quick. Absolutely adequate for, you know, a regular non-performance SUV. And that's in normal mode. Let's switch it to comfort mode, which is A. Yeah. In comfort mode, it feels very lazy. Very slow throttle response. So I guess this will be like for the highway, once you're cruising, you know, for the next 600 miles. You want to keep your RPMs down and throttle not as sharp, then you'll put it in comfort mode. Suspension did get a little bit softer, but not by much. It's still firm, but smooth. Yeah, you guys see that? Very, like, I'm pushing it in, and it's very, very slow throttle response in comfort mode. And now we'll switch it to dynamic mode. RPMs kick up by 1000 RPM right away. Downshifts fast. Definitely quick throttle response. All right, now let's go back on the highway. Very nimble. One thing I can say that. Very nimble. And the steering is very nice, very precise. It actually stays in place. I will say the steering is on the heavier side. It is not light, which is nice in a performance SUV or performance vehicle. That's what you want, at least what I want. And let's see if steering feel changes in comfort mode. A little bit, but not by much. So basically, in comfort mode versus dynamic mode, things change, but not dramatic. The only thing that changes dramatically is the throttle response. That's the only thing that has a dramatic change. Other than that, all right, guys, now we're making it back on the highway. So let's see how we do on the highway. I put the car back in dynamic mode, so we're gonna look at some acceleration. From my personal view and my personal opinion, I would definitely probably never put this car in comfort mode unless I am driving for a long drive, and we'll probably always keep it in dynamic or normal mode. But this was acceleration, which is nice. I do have a draggy, and when it's dry out, we can definitely see what it can do 0 to 60. But in dynamic mode, it's holding the RPMs high. So you're always on boost, basically. And let's say if you want to pass somebody and, you know, switch lanes or speed up, whatever, it will do it seamlessly. Downshifting is quick. In dynamic mode, it is quick. I mean, this is obviously not an M car or not a quadrifoglio, so it doesn't throw it in a gear, but it shifts quick. And let's see what we're gonna be able to do in normal mode. We just switched it to normal mode. Throttle response is a little bit slower. Just a softer pedal feel. Very quiet windshield wiper operation. Very quiet. Literally, I cannot even hear them driving normally. Don't like driving next to a fuel truck. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think? Is this, have you ever driven Alfa Romeo Stelvio? And if you have, what do you think about it? because I think it drives well. It kind of feels, I will say this is a rival to a BMW 3 Series, because it kind of has very similar driving dynamics. I'm gonna avoid these potholes. All right, guy, go. I hate when people drive up next to you and drive next to you. Very nice. I like the way it drives. It definitely has, you feel like you're in a car. I mean, there's a crossover, so it's based on a sedan platform. So, and you exactly have that feel. It does not feel like an SUV. Oh, there's two more rhinos. You don't see them that often, but now you see two at the same time. That's an interesting occurrence. I can probably move the seat up and still be comfortable. Yeah. Remember, guys, when I was sitting in the back seat, I said what happens if I would move up, let's say 5 inches or so? Would I still be comfortable? And the answer is yes. I'm not sure if I moved up 5, but definitely 3 or 4 inches, and I still feel fine. Take this exit. And turn around. What do you guys think about this review? What kind of information did you get that was good, or what do you think I can do better? Let me know in the comments, and I definitely would like to hear it. Very sharp curve. Let's see how we take it. Not too bad. Make sure no one is there. The acceleration is nice. We are in dynamic mode, guys. It's nice. I mean, for 280 horsepower and being an SUV, this is nice. I will definitely not feel slow or not feel where I can't pass someone. It's pretty good. Okay. Nissan was coming in hot. Now we'll switch it to normal mode. Let's see how that does. That was a wrong dial. Alright guys, we're driving in normal mode. Again, on the highway, throttle response is decent. And definitely keep it in normal mode for the most part, and dynamic mode when you want to feel like you're going racing. Alright, and this about concludes our drive, guys. I'm going to be returning this vehicle. Again, this car was provided by Alfa Romeo in Ramsey, New Jersey. And if you come in, mention that you saw a review or drive on YouTube. My channel is No Pro Drives. And as for Jesse, Jesse is a general sales manager and he's gonna help you out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Again, subscribe to my channel, drop me a comment, let me know what you thought about this video. I read all comments, but be respectful. I mean, I'm only starting, so I might suck at this, I don't know. But anyway, guys, subscribe and see you in the next video.